We're here today for our annual Power Breakfast event, which is our opportunity to provide highlights on some of the activities over the past year, and then we'll also do a little bit of look forward and our financial forecast and our outlook for 2023, and then we'll leave some time for Q&A at the end. So this is always a good opportunity to take a few questions about where we're headed as a utility. I always like to take the opportunity during these type of events to talk about the benefits of being a municipal utility here in Muscatine, and I think we're really lucky to have this structure. And when I think about a municipal utility, the three benefits I think of: local control. So you have local leadership from the board level to the senior leadership team to many of our staff that are making decisions specifically for what's in the best interest of the Muscatine community, and I think that stuff makes a big impact. We talk about low rates, not profits. I like to say there's nothing wrong with profits, certainly in the business world, but in our case, it's just not an additional factor. We are a nonprofit, so our goal is to provide the lowest rates for our customers while still delivering the level of services that they expect. And the last is neighbors serving neighbors. I really think this is important because your team here, most of our staff that work at MPW, we're serving our neighbors, our friends, our family. We know that the decisions we make and the actions we take are going to impact the people that we live near and around. And I really think that makes a difference when it comes to customer service and decision making. So we do have a local board of trustees, and we've got a couple of them here today. Thank you so much for being here today, and thank you for your service. These are faces that you know, that you run into, that you serve on committees with. These are the folks that are leading this utility for you, and we are very lucky to have a talented, dedicated board of trustees. So thank you. And then this is your senior leadership team. I can tell you I am very proud to be a part of this team, and I think the Muscatine community is very lucky to have such a talented set of senior leaders, and you'll get to hear from each of them today as we walk through these updates. So you may recall, if you've come to these before, we're actually 2 full years now into the new strategic plan that we rolled out for 2021. And I am actually amazed at the progress that our team has made on that strategic plan over the past couple of years. And if you recall, we laid that out into 5 key strategies that you see on the screen here. And so today we're going to walk through just a few highlights on some of these strategies over the past year. But we really have made great strides even within 2022 in furthering developing our leadership and our staff, better leveraging technology to make our operations more efficient. Continuous improvement culture is getting expanded throughout the utility. We're improving our customer experience and rolling out even a brand new customer information system that Erica will talk about. We invested over $15 million in capital projects last year, most of those for infrastructure and things that will improve or maintain the reliability of the system. We took another major step forward, another milestone in our Powering the Future plan in 2022, and Doug will talk about that. And then we continue to grow our services. We leveraged grant funding to expand electric vehicle adoption in Muscatine, and also to start providing high-speed fiber internet services to a broader range of the Muscatine community. So you get to hear some of those updates today. And our plan is not to provide a comprehensive update on the progress of our strat plan, but just pull out a few highlights from over the past year in these categories and try to really drive home how the objectives that we have here are serving to make your community better. And with that, we'll roll right into Strategy 1.
Good morning. I get to start talking about one of our greatest resources here at MPW, our employees. With the continuing number of good number of retirements and changing business needs at the utilities, we've begun reinvesting and investing in staff development and training. We want our staff to be successful not only in their current roles, but in the next opportunity that's available for them at Power and Water. Inspired by Toastmasters, we started a public speaking training with a similar group. We call it Toasties. Any given month, there's 10 to 20 employees that are meeting to build relationships with each other through all different levels of the utility and develop their speaking and presentation skills. HR hosts study halls with internal subject matter experts. This is a great way for our more experienced staff to share knowledge about internal systems, processes, and projects. Supervisor roundtables let supervisors learn and support each other in handling those issues that come with people leadership. We have an HR book club with about 20 participants from across the organization each quarter. The group picks the book. We make some suggestions. They pick the book, and we provide it in whatever format they need, and then we have a good discussion about the content of the book and its relevance to the work we're doing. One of the books we read this summer was Doing What Must Be Done by Chad Hymas, and that was actually tied in with a visit that was sponsored by our safety department that brought Chad Hymas on site, and some of you may have seen him at your workplaces too. He talked to us about his experience at a near-death farm accident that left him paralyzed, and he talked about the impact on him, his family, his career. Chad's now a rancher and a public speaker, but before that he was a power line construction contractor, so a lot of what he shared had a lot of relevance to the work we do at the utility. His message and his presentation, his book, reinforced the belief that accidents are avoidable and the importance of keeping safety at the forefront of everything we do. And we do support our staff in their career development. We think the pursuit of advanced credentials reflects their commitment to being professionals and their reflective discipline. We encourage staff to pursue micro-credentials too. Sometimes that's a little more attainable and the time invested is easier. We partner with MCC. They're a great resource for local training resources and is also provides a lot of the training we need for our skilled trades. Our wellness team does our best. Our wellness team is very active at MPW. We know that doing your best at work requires you to take care of yourself, and the MPW Employee Wellness Team offers a number of activities throughout the year with an emphasis on physical, mental, and financial well-being. So our robust safety programs help our employees to be reliable on the job and then be there for their families after the workday is done. It also helps to keep costs down for our customers. Our field and plant staff do very high-risk work in very challenging situations, but they look out for each other, and they're always looking for ways to make their jobs safer. We wrapped up 2002 with 4 OSHA recordable injuries, and that's tied for our second lowest since 1972. And considering the amount of work that gets done at the utility, and then especially in the generation department where they work comparable hours but with less people, it's a really great achievement. Now our goal remains 0 accidents, and we'll continue to work towards that in 2023.
We strive to benchmark against some of the best utilities in the country, and we will submit work from our marketing department to the American Public Power Association to be judged against some of the best utilities in the country. We were honored that our I Am MPW video series, which features Doug and other generation employees talking about our Powering the Future strategy, received an award of excellence, and our Powering the Future webpage, which also shares information about this important strategy, received an award of merit.
In a new continuous improvement venture, the past few months, we've been working with the Iowa Quality Center to educate ourselves on and compare our operations against a set of performance excellence benchmarks. This is part of the Iowa Recognition for Excellence program, which is based on the Baldrige framework. The on-site review of our application will happen in April, and what we're really doing is pushing ourselves beyond just comparing ourselves to other utilities, but best practices in all types of businesses. We also added 2 new Lean Six Sigma belts to our ranks this year. One of our CAD techs earned her green belt, and our manager of transmission and distribution earned his black belt. So it's great to see this level of engagement at all levels of the organization. And the visual on the right shows our ongoing investment in the culture of improvement. We had 532 suggestions come in from our folks last year to make things better, safer, and more efficient. Each of those suggestions is evaluated by the team, and if approved, it's given the support to put it into practice. This is a look at our new 5-year capital projects map. This includes projects from the city and MPW. The interactive map allows us to look ahead and see where the work is being done and by who. It gives us a quick summary of the work and the investment being made in each neighborhood. With a quick look, we can make sure that we're aligning our efforts. The worst thing that can happen when we're planning projects is not coordinating with our partners. We don't want the city to tear up a street, do their work, and we miss that opportunity, and the next year we have to tear up the street because we're going to inconvenience our customers again, and we're going to drive those costs up. So it's going to be a top priority for our GIS team to meet with our partners and keep this map up to date as we look ahead. Our next step will be to share this in a forward-facing map out to our customers so they can use it as well. They'll know what's happening in their neighborhood, the status of the project, and even how to avoid those construction areas.